Hey guys, so today we're going to be working in this little shade garden area. I think this garden is about 2 years old, but I do have some more plants I want to get in this area. So we will be adding some more coral bells to this area. This one is Primo Black Pearl, and I got all of these on clearance. At one point I did have some obsidian coral bells running through this area, but I think only 2 survived, so I'm going to go ahead and plug some of these in that area. We will also be adding this gorgeous purple leaf sanctuary to the area as well. I had a tricolor beech tree. This is what's left of it. So the idea was to have this stump in this garden area and a small tree right here to shade this area so it can be like a nice seating area, but the tricolor beech tree did not make it, so we will be removing what is left of it and adding this sanctuary in. This garden will be expanding at some point. I'm not exactly sure when, but this pathway will go on out towards that area right there, where the old truck bed used to set. I'm going to be putting up some garden walls and hopefully placing a hammock area over there with maybe like a burn pit. I'm still working on that garden idea, but just know the space will be expanding. Everything else in this area kind of looks great. The hellebores are doing well. I do have a couple gorgeous ferns in this area. I might add some more. I did pick up some ferns on clearance, but I'm not exactly sure yet. But the goal is to get some of these coral bells in the ground and this gorgeous sanctuary. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to go ahead and do is dig up the beech tree. Well, maybe I can actually just pull it out of the ground. And I can, and maybe that explains why it didn't do so well. I'm not sure why it looks like this, because the pot was really big when I planted this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a hole. And I do have some silver gumdrop coral bells in this area as well, so I'm going to be careful not to damage those. And I have some still be, I believe, back to the moon still be in this area, which is already dormant, so got to be careful when I'm in this area because of those as well. But I really don't have to do that much digging because I had something here previously. I'm gonna make it a little bit wider. I'm gonna see if it'll fit. Oh, just slid right out of the pot. Yep, so I'm just gonna turn it the way that I wanted. And for a bit more interest, when I was picking out this tree, I made sure to look at the trunk. This trunk splits into 2, so I wanted that element of interest. I also picked up another sanctuary, and the trunk splits into 3. So that looks good right there. I'm going to grab some water. This is a bit really dry, but I got this one on clearance at Home Depot. So I got it for 15 bucks. So I'm going to give it a really good drink. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it back in. So the sand cherry is in. I'm going to give it a bit more water. Now I'm going to go ahead and tuck in some corbels. This is one of the obsidian that survived. I do have one, yeah, right here, so you can barely see it. But there is another one. So these didn't do that well at all. I'm going to go ahead and at least tuck 3 in this area right here. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So, not sure what this is, but it is metal, so just another piece of trash in this area. And the third, I'm going to plop right here. Well, this is a piece of glass. And that one's going to go right there. So the corbels are in. I really can't add too much more plants around the stump because the stump does have 3 large diamond lake hostas that surround them. The deer didn't let me get much of a show from them this year though, but hopefully I can prevent them from munching on them next year. So I'm not going to be planting anything around the stump, but I do think that maybe I'm not sure if I'm going to be adding any ferns just yet. I would like to get a bit more structure in this area right here in this corner. So eventually in the winter time, I'm going to clear up this area. So the pathway that I'm standing on now will continue on out down towards this way. So I do have some pillars that I made one year. So I'm thinking one on each side of this pathway with a planter on it, and then that would lead you down towards this way, which the pathway will continue on down throughout there, and then there will be a beautiful border of plants in this area. I will be putting a outdoor fireplace in this area as well, and a cute little tool shed down in that area. But as for some structure, my pillars are right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them on each side of this pathway. The pillars are in. I placed them on each side of the path. They are nothing special. I believe this was the original chimney to the house. I found it out here and just decided to make use of them. I do need to dress them up a bit though, maybe with some paint and a little bit more concrete to patch up some areas, but I think I could make these look really nice. But the pathway will run on the opposite side of these pillars, so where that large stump is, that's actually where the pathway will run, continue to run all the way down to the opposite side of the garden and beyond the pathway. This area here, that's where maybe the flower border would be, and the tool shed and the outdoors fireplace. But as you know, this won't be cleared until the winter time. But I think this project turned out nice today, so I thank you guys for joining me on this little project, and I hope again to see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.